Hello everyone. Today we're working on Module 4, Lesson 19. We're going to convert measurements involving whole numbers, and we'll solve multi-step word problems involving measurement. We're going to start out by figuring out 30 centimeters equals how many meters. And in order to do that, we have to know how many centimeters are in a meter. And of course, the prefix centa means 100, so there are 100 centimeters in a meter. And if you picture it in a tape diagram, we would have 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and we'd have a lot of those because at the end, if we counted them all off, 1, 2, 99 to 100, we would have 100 centimeters in a meter. And so each centimeter is 1/100th of a meter. So now I'm going to take that information and turn it into an equation involving a fraction. So 30 times 1/100th of a meter. So we did something similar a couple weeks ago where we just converted meters to centimeters. And we're doing the same thing again. So 30 times 1/100th of a meter will be the same as 30 times 1 over 100 meters. And that will be 30 1/100ths. And of course, we need to put it in simplest form. And that means that we can divide both the top and the bottom by 10. And 30 divided by 10 is 3. And 100 divided by 10 is 10. And so our answer is going to be 3/10 of a meter. 30 centimeters equals 3/10 of a meter. Here's a similar problem for you to do. 50 centimeters equals how many meters? Some of you I know can fill in the answer right now, but I would like you to practice making the tape diagram. And also, the important part is writing the equation. The tape diagram's kind of optional, but the equation is not. So we're multiplying centimeters times a fraction of a meter so that we can get our answer. Write your answer on the Edpuzzle quiz, please. Now we'll do a problem using customary units. I find metric system a lot easier to convert, a lot easier to do in my head at least. But with the customary units, we normally have smaller numbers to work with, so that might be easier for some of you. So I'm going to think about this as a tape diagram again because I want to visualize it. And I, of course, need to know how many inches are in a foot. I also need to know what's larger, inches or feet, because it's not, we'd be multiplying by a whole number if the inches were larger. So if you have not memorized your customary units and their conversions yet, you really need to be doing that. That's a 4th grade standard, and by this time in 5th grade, you're going to have those at your fingertips so that you can solve these problems more easily. So obviously a foot is larger, it's my whole, and I know that there are 12 inches in a foot. So that 1 inch is 1/12 of a foot. So now that I've figured that out, I should probably put 1 up there, 1 inch, and this is an inch, I'll write that in. 1 inch is 1/12 of a foot. So now that I know that, I can do my multiplication. I have 9 inches. So I have 9 times 1/12 of a foot. And that's going to be the same as 9 times 1 over 12, which of course is 9/12. And then the last step is to put that in simplest form. I can see right off the bat that both 9 and 12 have a factor of 3, and 3 will go into 9 3 times, and it will go into 12 4 times. So simplest form is 3/4 of a foot. And I'll put that up in my answer. 9 inches equals 3/4 of a foot. All right, here's another one for you to do. 8 inches equals blank feet. So, of course, this is going to be very similar to the problem we just solved. You already know that 1 inch is equal to 1/12 of a foot. So you're going to be multiplying by 1/12. And then, of course, you'll have to put your answer into simplest form at the end. Write your answer on the Edpuzzle quiz, please. Okay, here's our last problem. And we will need to solve some story problems in our problem set tomorrow. So this is an example of that. Koalas will often sleep for 20 hours a day. For what fraction of a day does a koala often sleep? So you will need to figure out 1 hour is what part of a day. You'll have to multiply that by 20, and then you'll need to put your answer into simplest form in order to find the answer to this solution. And I will, the answer to this question. And of course, your answer needs to be in the form of a sentence when you type it into the Edpuzzle quiz. Good luck, and I'll see you in math tomorrow.